The giant used to appear naturally in Minecraft. It all started back in the in-dev version. The giant was originally a hostile mob that tried to attack players, but because of its massive size, it couldn't reach them properly. At one point, Notch even experimented with its textures and swapped it to look like Steve, but he quickly changed it back to the zombie model. He originally wanted giants to spawn naturally, but later admitted they were too powerful for survival, and yet too cool to remove entirely, so he just turned off their natural spawning. Then in version 1.8, the giant had its AI completely removed. It stopped moving, attacking, or reacting to anything. But years later, in Snapshot 18W50A, the giant got its AI back. It could walk again, and it was twice as fast as a regular zombie. It could infect villagers and attack villages. There was even a baby giant version and a giant chicken jockey too. At around 12 blocks tall, it had insane speed and damage. One hit from it could instantly kill a villager or an unarmored player, even on easy mode. Unfortunately, all of this was removed in the next snapshot. Today, the giant is once again useless, especially now that we have the generic scale attribute. So you can summon any type of zombie at any size, from tiny to giant, and even bigger than the original giant. There are a bunch of hidden key combos in Minecraft that most players never use. When you're playing Minecraft, you do all sorts of things, sorting items, mining, fighting mobs, and more. But a lot of players don't even know there are handy tricks that can make life way easier. Let's kick it off with a classic one. If you ever need to switch between survival, creative, or spectator mode to fly underground, just press F3 plus F4. Want to see hitboxes for players and mobs? F3 plus B does the trick. This is super useful in battles, especially against the Ender Dragon. Or like if you want to take out the Warden without even fighting him, just trap his hitbox with blocks. Worried about your tool breaking? Hit F3 plus H to enable advanced tooltips. This shows item durability, item IDs, and even mob data. For farm builders, F3 plus G highlights chunk borders, making it way easier to plan your builds. Dropping items one by one is slow. Press Ctrl plus Q to toss an entire stack at once. Here's a weird one. F3 plus C. A quick tap copies your coordinates and some extra data. But if you hold it for 10 seconds, the game forces a crash for debugging, so don't go overboard. And if you ever forget these shortcuts, just hit F3 plus Q for a full list of key combos.
How can you troll your friend with these simple traps? There's an enchanted book called Curse of Binding. You can find it in various dungeons, but it seems completely useless. This enchantment is immediately noticeable on armor, and even if your friend puts on such armor, it can always be broken. However, if you enchant a pumpkin with this curse, it can't be broken. You just need to place a dropper somewhere your friend won't notice, for example near the exit of a house, and it will instantly put the pumpkin on your friend's head. The only way to remove it is to die, but if you're playing in hardcore mode, they'll have to walk in third-person view for the rest of the game. Another simple trap involves TNT minecarts and a skulk sensor. To make it work, find a spot where no animals or monsters can spawn so the trap doesn't activate too early. Dig a small hole, place a few minecarts on powered rails, and put a skulk sensor nearby. Then escape using wool blocks and place the last block on the wool. Now your friend just needs to run by for the trap to activate. But if you don't want to kill your friend, even 2 minecarts are enough to scare them. And if your friend enjoys jumping from high places into water, don't use lapis above the surface. It's too easy to spot. But if you fill the lake with chests, they only load within 64 blocks of the player, making them invisible even through a spyglass. And you might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe. This is a very simple dupe glitch, and it allows you to duplicate any item, as long as you first place it inside a bundle. The bundle must then be dropped into hoppers that face each other, while pistons are set up on both sides. From those pistons, you run redstone dust toward the center, where you place a comparator and a lever. And this exact redstone setup is the key to making it work. Once the system is activated, stand nearby and keep trying to open one of the hoppers. And after a short while, you'll notice the bundle suddenly appear twice. At that point, turn the mechanism off, check the hoppers, and you'll see that the items have really duplicated. This method currently works on the latest version of Bedrock Edition. Everyone knows that you can text furnace onto a sign, but it can also work in books when renaming items, or even when naming mobs. And it isn't limited to the furnace, so if you add a colon and then type the name of another item, like wooden sword, the game will display that text, and even allow you to assign it to a mob, so our pig, for example, becomes wooden sword. It doesn't function with every single item, since a diamond sword won't show its texture correctly, but it does work with a crafting table, a wooden pickaxe, or even a star, and you can test it further yourself by trying other names. This unusual little feature currently works in Bedrock Edition, and you might not see me again. Make sure to subscribe.
These are the most brain rot Minecraft mods. Imagine you're just playing alone, and suddenly Freaky Bob gives you a call. This mod does absolutely nothing except destroy my sanity. I love it. Minecraft has all kinds of structures, from abandoned cities to nether bastions, but what about a Walmart? With this mod, Walmarts and parking lots will randomly generate all over your world, whether you want them or not. Inside, it's a perfectly normal Walmart. There's a grocery section, useful resources, and even self-checkout stations that literally tell you to just steal it. Recently, the devs added new Happy Gas, but honestly, they should have just copied the Gas Cow mod. If a gas somehow kills a cow, it spawns this flying fireball spitting mooing nightmare. With another mod, anytime you use the spyglass, It hits you with that one cursed meme sound. That's it. No extra features, just pure confusion zoom. Ever crafted a metal pipe in Minecraft? Now you can. The only thing it does is let you toss it out of your inventory and enjoy the glorious sound. And finally, if you want your carrots to grow faster, just shake your butt next to the farm. To work hard enough, and the entire field starts growing to the beat.
They added a green torch to Minecraft. Yes, believe it or not, that's the new copper torch. You can craft it just like a regular torch, just add a copper nugget. And it doesn't have any special functionality, cause it's just another torch, but green color. That's because in real life, burning copper gives off a green flame, so it actually makes perfect sense. And of course, you can also craft green lanterns from it. Depending on the oxidation level, they can be completely different colors, but they all still emit green light. But my favorite part is the new copper bars. They look just like iron bars, but come in different copper shades. I'm sure builders will love this, since we've been missing bar variety for a long time. And the recipe for the copper trap door has been changed. Now it only takes 4 copper ingots instead of 6. I think it's because those 6 ingots are now used to craft copper bars. In the upcoming update, you'll be able to craft almost everything out of copper, just like iron. Introducing the new copper chains. Just like everything else, they'll oxidize over time unless you wax them. And items on shelves no longer look like they're nailed in place, now they actually lie flat like real objects. But to be honest, I kinda liked how it was before. And you might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe.
You can fly on gas now in Minecraft, almost like in the movie. Just find a dried gas block in the nether, bring it to the overworld, drop it in water, and after a while it turns into a gasling. Once it's grown, craft a special harness, and yes, you can ride it. And guess what? The Happy Gas can carry up to 4 players, perfect for group adventures. This mob was revealed at Minecraft Live 2025, and that's not all. They also showed off vibrant visuals for a Bedrock edition. It's like shaders with RTX vibes, soft shadows, bright colors, and it even works on mobile. No idea how my old iPhone will survive this, but I'm gonna try anyway. Oh, and another new feature, player locator bar. It shows where your friends are even if they're underground or miles away. They also announced a new drop called Spring to Life, launching March 25th. It adds new variants of cows, pigs, and chickens, and seriously boosts the world's vibe. Glowing firefly bushes, falling leaves, and more. And there's an in-game live event coming too. You'll get to play mini-games inspired by the Minecraft movie and help save Midport Village from a piglin attack. Complete all the challenges and you'll unlock an exclusive cape. You could once play Minecraft in full 3D if you had special glasses, of course. That option really existed, and it was in the video settings for quite a long time. You just had to enable a special button and the screen would distort to produce a red and blue effect. This mode used a technique called anaglyph, an old school way to create 3D using red and blue filters. But as that technology faded into the past, the setting was quietly removed. Minecraft has introduced tons of new settings over the years, but at the same time some of them were removed for various reasons. Another interesting option was built-in Twitch support. Stream chat could appear directly in Minecraft's chat window, but not many people used it, so that feature was removed too. The most mysterious setting was super secret settings. It was a surprise button that applied random visual filters. Black and white, weird distortions, shaky camera like a horror version of Minecraft. It didn't affect gameplay, but it was fun. Later, this settings was removed as part of a graphics system update. And of course, we can't forget the customized world type. It gave players dozens of sliders to shape the world: mountain height, lake depth, dungeon frequency, cave systems, and more. It was a world generation sandbox, but eventually it was considered too complex and got removed too.
These mods turn normal Minecraft bugs into real cheats. Bedrock Miner lets you destroy Bedrock itself by using an old engine bug. Breaking Bedrock in Minecraft is easy once you know the trick. The game skips the hardness check when a block update happens in a single tick. Pistons, redstone, and torches all activate in perfect timing, and the bedrock just disappears like it was never there. This mod recreates the glitch automatically, syncing pistons and redstone so perfectly that it even works on servers. Smart Elytra makes flying endless. In normal Minecraft, Elytra lose 1 point of durability every second you fly, but if you quickly switch them for a chest plate and put them back, the server does not record any damage. The mod does this automatically, changing the items at the perfect moment so the durability never goes down. You can fly all day and your elytra never break. Inventory profiles looks friendly at first. It helps sort your items and makes the interface easier to use. But if you turn on autofill, you can grab all the loot from a chest in one click and even use auto totem that activates faster than any player. This makes you almost immortal, and having a farm means that's never a problem. Even though these mods work well, advanced anti-cheats can detect these tricks and ban players forever, and you might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe. Now in Minecraft, they added a zombie camel and a new desert skeleton that doesn't burn in the sun. Together with the husk, they form a mounted unit that spawns at night. I tried to fight them, and it's absolutely insane. Within seconds, they managed to destroy me in full netherite armor. Developers just dropped a new snapshot 25W44A that focuses on desert mobs and makes the desert even more dangerous, because these units don't burn in the sun and remain a real threat even during the day, especially for new players. The Husk Rider keeps you away from the camel by attacking with the spear, while the Parched Skeleton supports from behind. This guy now also spawns in deserts at low light levels, has a unique hurt sound, and shoots arrows with weakness potions. If by some miracle you manage to free the camel, you can feed it a rabbit's foot and even ride it like a normal camel. It's harmless without riders. It looks like a regular camel, except its skin is cracked, its fur has fallen off, and bones are showing through in places. And on top of that, horses, mules, donkeys, and camels no longer drown when ridden by a player. The swimming speed on a horse still leaves much to be desired, but at least now you can cross a small river without dismounting. And you might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe. These are some of the oldest Minecraft versions, and there are still active servers running on them. Minecraft Classic was very simple, so most servers were just filled with random builds and signs right on the world border wall. Next comes the in-dev server, and it greeted me with the gear block that never appears in the game again. The map is very small, and the world border looks like an endless flat world, and for some reason it's always nighttime here, so the entire server feels really creepy. The alpha server looks much brighter and is filled with colorful builds right at spawn. Here they already have land protection, a working economy, and a map that's a couple thousand blocks wide. But the beta server impressed me the most. A lot of players still play here, the world is infinite and full of amazing builds. I walked around spawn for hours and kept discovering more and more. The server barely uses any plugins, so the only way to travel is by minecart or on foot. They even have an online map, and I really like this full immersion mode, which literally lets you fly over the server. And the most unbelievable part is that you can join this server not only from beta, but also from the latest Java version, and even from Bedrock. All the needed resources install automatically, so you still keep the original beta atmosphere. And you might not see me again, so make sure to subscribe. The copper golem can now become a decorative statue, making your base both stylish and interactive. When it becomes fully oxidized, it stops moving, drops the item it was holding, and freezes in one of 4 random poses. You can change its pose by simply interacting with it, just like with an armor stand, and because each pose gives off a different redstone signal when connected to a comparator, this means you can build clever contraptions like combination locks using golem statues. Don't worry, because the golem isn't gone, he's just frozen in time, and if you ever want to bring him back to life, all you have to do is scrape off the patana, and he'll start moving again like nothing happened. Shelves are a stylish and functional new block in Minecraft. Each shelf can hold up to 3 items, which makes it perfect for showing off your gear, trophies, or tools. You can easily replace items by interacting with the shelf while holding something new. They are crafted from 6 stripped logs of the same type, placed in the top and bottom rows of the crafting table. And because this new shelves support all wood types, you can match them to any build. They can also be powered with redstone, which lets you rotate items or link shelves together for even more advanced storage setups. We'll probably never meet again, so make sure to subscribe.
I met Jenny in Minecraft Hardcore and immediately realized she could help me beat the game. While I was exploring caves for iron, Jenny guarded me from the mobs after we shared the weapons and armor so we could both stay safe. Then I crafted a bucket and we built a nether portal using lava from a nearby pool. We struggled to find a fortress, and as always, Jenny took on the wither skeletons while I went to fight the blazes. I took down one blaze and Jenny finished off the second. Thanks to our teamwork, we soon had enough blaze rods. Back in the overworld, we began hunting endermen at night. It took several long battles under the moonlight, but we eventually gathered enough ender pearls. We passed through a quiet village to take a break. Unfortunately, since this mod only works in older versions, the village was completely useless. Still, I gave her new armor and made sure we were ready for the final battle. After leaving the village, we followed the ice across the land and reached the stronghold. While I looked for the portal room, Jenny was busy clearing out the monsters. The dragon was already waiting. While I destroyed the crystals, Jenny bravely kept its attention on herself. Even with barely any health left, she never gave up. At the most critical moment, she leapt between me and the dragon's attack, taking the fatal blow. She saved my life, and I managed to defeat the dragon by myself. We finally got the volcano in Minecraft. If you get too close, a warning appears in the chat saying that an eruption is about to begin, and instead of lava, giant magma cubes shoot out of the crater. Inside is a real dungeon, a blaze spawner, bags full of rare loot, and even a control panel that lets you build a space rocket, launch it, and a few seconds later, you're flying to another planet where a giant singing pufferfish is waiting for you. This snapshot was created by Minecraft Commands as an unofficial April Fool's update. The world is full of new dungeons, hidden Easter eggs, and clever references to old Minecraft bugs. There's also a jetpack, and it's way better than Elytra. Press space to fly up, hold shift to hover. If you want to go boating, grab the obsidian boat. It sails across lava like it's water and gives you fire resistance right away. This snapshot is so obsessed with pufferfish, there's even an entire temple dedicated to one. From glowing banners to stained glass art and aquarium rooms, even the sun and moon have been replaced by smiling pufferfish. And in the end, instead of the usual floating islands, you enter a massive hollow hollow cave. There's a red dragon flying backwards, shooting magma cubes, and respawning after you kill it. Jump into the portal and you'll see credits with the names of the snapshot creators.
These PvP tricks are only for real pros. Sure, anyone can use End Crystal since they're super easy, but there's something that hits way harder. The TNT minecart. If you use it right, it can one-shot a player in full netherite armor. But how do you pull that off in the middle of a fight? When your opponent rushes in, you have less than